Hi there, good morning. How are you all doing? I found it very hard to get up this morning, but then I figured weekend is almost here, and then I also figured we've got a lovely show to do. So here we are bringing you a beautiful bouquet of stories to kickstart your Thursday. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor. Let's tell you the lineup. A reality check on the weight loss drug Ozempic. It has swiftly become Hollywood's latest weight loss obsession. But should you be taking it? The dangers behind the Ozempic obsession. We bring you a deep dive. Have you updated your KYC FASTag yet? Well, the deadline is right here, and especially for those who are up till now tied up with Paytm. You've got to make some changes, but don't worry, TBC got you covered. We'll bring you a step-by-step tutorial on what and how to do it. Meet the team behind serial entrepreneurial venture. This couple who found love in college and then in COVID figured out that their own mother needed to start their own venture are now helping out several other homemakers to get into business. Supreme Court acknowledges a significant role homemakers play. It says homemakers' role as crucial as earning members of the family. It's a no-brainer really. But what does India think about it? Also on the program, we get you a real-time conversation with AI with a phone call. AI can solve your problems, can fix a lot of things, but can you chat with AI? Well, we tried it and we'll tell you how it went. All right, let's start with something that is an obsession these days and a sort of secret obsession these days. There is a new drug in town, and a drug is getting hugely popular with celebrities in Hollywood and now in India as well. The drug is for those suffering from type 2 diabetes. So why are celebs popping it? Because one of the side effects of the drug is weight loss. In the United States, it sells under the popular brand called Ozempic. Now, Ozempic is a market name for semaglutide. It has swiftly become Hollywood's obsession, the latest weight loss obsession. Elon Musk, Tracy Morgan, Chelsea Handler, Rosie McDonald, Jamila Jamil, all of them have publicly admitted taking this dramatic weight loss drug. Although most deny saying that they used it for weight loss. It's called skinny pens, by the way. And as you can see on your screen, it looks like an insulin pen, and that's why it gets that name. In India, however, in very tight-knit circles, people have been talking about it. Doctors in India are prescribing this, and it's available under different brands like Ozempic, like Wegovy, Rybelsus, Mounjaro as well, Mounjaro, beg your pardon. And all of this comes sometimes in pills, sometimes in pens form. But all of this is readily available. Local chemists sometimes, even with or without prescriptions, are giving it. Affluent Indians are even turning to the grey market to get their hands on this so-called miracle jab that will make kilos disappear just like that in thin air. But before you catch on to this trend, this dangerous trend, watch this. Let's tell you what exactly is this drug doing to your body that's leading to such severe and sudden weight loss. Now, this drug mimics the action of hormone GLP, which is released into the gut as the body's response to feeding. Meaning, the drug directly affects the hunger signals in your brain and acts on the appetite control center in your brain to reduce your hunger cravings. भूख लगेगी ही नहीं. It slows down stomach emptying, meaning it keeps your stomach full for longer. And it can also change your food preferences. You might be somebody who is gravitating towards sugar or fried food, and all of that will go away. Now, after hearing this, you will say, what's wrong? This could be great, right? But what's wrong is the severe side effects that perhaps are not being talked about so much. The common side effects that we have spoken to experts and they have told us is that gives you gastrointestinal symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, in some cases extreme loss of appetite, fatigue and even weakness. It should, doctors in fact have gone ahead to say it should not be taken by someone who has a history of thyroid or cancer or any family history of any severe diseases. We still don't know what it will do to your body. In fact, when you stop taking this drug, in a lot of cases in the US, it was found that if not all of the fat, most of the fat just may be coming back to your body. So what is this drug? Why are we obsessing over it so much? Well, US, there, when they went on a spree, it's a huge, huge issue over there, got this, another side effect, which is an Ozempic face. This means, and you will see in that animation over there, once you start taking this drug, your face, your eyes, your nose, your cheek will sag. Extreme weight loss can do this to people, and then this is happening in US to so many of them. So on the program today, we want to understand what this obsession is about. We also want to understand how and why exactly you should stay away from it. When we talk about this disease, I can't think of a better name to discuss this with than Dr. Ambrish Mithal joining us here in the studio. Thanks so much, Doc, for coming here in the studio and discussing this with us. You know, before we planned this story, and I worked on it for quite some time, we had a very hard discussion and a journalistic discussion within the team on whether we should be doing this story at all. Are we giving air time to a drug which anyways people should stay away from? And then we came to a conclusion that this is so rampant. Everybody, even within our newsrooms, knew about it. When I made some calls to chemists, they knew about it. They were selling it. They were home delivering it. Then we figured that this has to be addressed. And this has to be done. And correct information on this has to come out. So firstly, I want to share the experience with you that happened. I yesterday called up a couple of my chemists and I said, "Aapke paas wo patla hone ka injection hai?" And
just like that, huh?
Just like that. I didn't say the name, I didn't say anything. And the answer was, "Madam, pen chahiye ki tablet chahiye?" They knew exactly what I was talking about and they told me, and I said, "Kaise denge? Mere paas prescription to nahi hai." He said, "Madam, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, हम घर पे आपके आके डिलीवर करेंगे, आप बस कैश में डिलीवरी आप पेमेंट करिएगा और आपको सीधे वेयरहाउस से ला के देंगे और इतना mg मिलेगा और सिमिलरली 22,000 रुपये 23,000 रुपये जितना भी लगता है उसका." It's shocking what's going on. So firstly, can you tell our viewers why this is not to be taken up as a trend?
Actually, this class of drugs, the GLP-1 receptor agonists, has been around for almost 20 years. Okay, so there were earlier versions which were used for diabetes and also for weight loss. Liraglutide, a predecessor to this, was also used for weight loss. Proven but not fantastic. It was okay. It led to some weight loss. It was good. The difference that has happened with these drugs, like semaglutide and now tirzepatide, is that they cause profound weight loss, which wasn't seen with earlier molecules. So there's some kind of a breakthrough in science. So scientifically, they are fascinating. We've been able to crack that code. We are treating diabetes. We are lowering blood glucose. We are helping our patients with diabetes lose weight, which is very good for them. But the weight loss effect was so profound that they became popular as weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
So, however, they are drugs. They are relatively new drugs. And while they are very useful additions to our tools for treating diabetes or weight, they are not over-the-counter pills. They are not like supplements. They are not like an aspirin. So I think this sort of overuse or liberal use of these, unregulated, is certainly not good for individuals as well as for society. So it has to be under supervision of a doctor who has done the requisite checks to check your history of thyroid cancer, your history of pancreatitis, your other side effects, your other disease profile. The other day I had someone who weighs 45 kilograms and wanted to become 42 kilograms. So, and
they inquired.
So yes, inquired. So this happens. So it's you have to go through your doctor. I think it's pretty unsafe. We don't know what, sometimes if you just go about it directly, firstly, whether you're a candidate for the drug or not, what are the side effects you could be exposing yourself to, plus when you're obtaining the drug in this manner, you never know what you're getting also.
So when I called up this chemist again and I said, ये तो आप आसानी से मिल पाएगी, so he said, हाँ मैम, कई सारे लड़कियां जिनकी शादी हो रही होती है वो आके ले जाती हैं वेट लॉस करने के लिए, बहुत अच्छी ड्रग है मैम, एकदम आपको परफेक्ट क्वालिटी देंगी. He was selling it to me like it was a beauty regime.
Yeah.
And that is a shocking part. So it's good to get a perspective that this is not to be used. There are cases in which you prescribe it, but strictly under doctor's guidance. Because the side effect, I mean, I'm just trying to understand the science here. It's telling your brain not to eat.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
So I think it's important to understand that the weight loss action of these drugs is a central action. It's a brain action. So in patients, they've done some studies where it does not reach the brain by tagging the drug. It doesn't cause a weight loss. Doesn't cause weight loss. So I think it's important to understand that it is a central, a cerebral, a brain action. I think this is important. We should not be using it, liberally and without supervision. We should understand that if we already have a lot of upper gastrointestinal issues like nausea, vomiting, or half of India is taking drugs like, omeprazole and pantoprazole for acidity, and then you take this drug, it can severely aggravate that problem. It can, about 20% of people are not able to tolerate the drug and have to go off it.
Not tolerate it?
Yes, because of the nausea and vomiting and discomfort. They just hate it. A small percentage will not lose weight. So that's another reason to give it up. So it's not that simple. Plus, the fact that there may be significant muscle loss, much less than fat, but nevertheless muscle loss. So the muscle loss in Indians could be of great significance because Indians as it is have a lower muscle mass. So if you lose 10 kilograms weight and let's say about 2 kgs muscle, even that is a lot. So we need to be careful. It has to be part of a program, part of a weight loss program, part of an exercise program with a diet. It's, so we are looking at it, medical professionals are looking at it as a great health enhancing tool, a great tool for health. Public is looking at it as a cosmetic tool. So that's the difference, and that's the challenge.
So the responsibility is on doctors prescribing it, one, and then the responsibility is on the availability of these drugs altogether. But I found another interesting bit. Now there are herbal versions of this also available. There are videos after videos on so-called health influencers that we keep seeing online, which has no scientific basis. And they have been prescribing something called, I actually picked it up. I ordered it online. I ordered it online and it just got delivered in one day to my house. It says it's berberine 95%, and there are videos after videos of this drug online saying that don't buy that expensive, you don't need to spend 25,000 rupees, 27,000 rupees. This is just about, this is just about 2,000 bucks and this will do the trick. Does this work? Because that's going to be the next logical thing that people will go to.
So berberine is not new, has been around for decades actually. Berberine is only being now marketed in this manner, adding the herbal Ozempic just to market it better. So the effects of berberine have been known. It's a mild sort of agent for weight loss, for diabetes. The studies that have been conducted are not high quality studies. They are not randomized controlled clinical trials. It's not an FDA approved agent. It's like a nutritional supplement.
I didn't need to ask a chemist. I just had to order it online. It's like a supplement.
So you may use it, but we don't know the long term effects. Any molecule that is active can have interactions. For example, this interacts with cyclosporine, another drug we use. So I would not recommend using these products at all unless, even if you're going to use them, at least talk to your doctor once. But they're certainly not Ozempic, and this is only a way to market it, like, renew the
just
marketing.
for perspective, in US, this market, this weight loss drug market is so big that now they're expanding, they're putting in a lot of research to sort of expand this, and there are talks of how to sort of bring it to India because of a sheer
Yes.
numbers and market
Yeah.
here as well.
Yes.
So, what is our approach? Of course, obesity is a problem.
Yes.
We're not, shutting our eyes towards that. Of course, diabetes is a killer, and diabetes is a very slow killer, and it has maximum presence here in India. So, what is our approach? If you are facing it, what should you be doing?
I think using these molecules will be very important for us in a select group of people. For us, managing the obesity pandemic or epidemic is not going to happen with these molecules. That is prevention, that is healthy lifestyle during pregnancy, during childhood, during adulthood, maintaining ideal body weight, not allowing yourselves to become obese. These are restricted to those who have significant obesity, especially with comorbidities like diabetes or sometimes just plain obesity also. So you're looking at a very small fraction, the top of the pyramid, where in overall management of obesity in India, these drugs will play a role.
Can you just define obesity for our viewers? Because a lot of people think they
Yes,
are obese
yes.
even when they pick up a couple of kilos. I have always wanted to define obesity because this word is again very abused.
So yes, so in fact, in clinic practice now we don't use the word obesity because it carries a stigma. So we actually say overweight or excess weight, So we calculate BMI, for example. So Indians have
The
a
body
different-
mass index.
body
Yeah.
mass index, which is a relationship of the height and weight. And in Indians, those criteria are lower because we get the metabolic effects of weight at a lower body weight. So we would say that anything above 23 is suboptimal for Indians. And when you're crossing a BMI of 25, you're already entering a zone where it changes, and up 28 and above is obviously
23 is the magic number.
23 is the magic number.
And for those of you wondering how to calculate BMI, just Google it. It'll tell you how to calculate. It's a simple formula. And please don't obsess over Instagram pictures. And please, for God's sake, don't obsess over what celebrities are saying. Give your body and yourself time and understand what is really doing to you. And please, above anything else, call your doctor and ask them before you fall prey to any of these, I don't know what to call them, fads, trends.
I mean, they're amazing scientific discoveries, but they're being misused and abused. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So another quick way of checking your obesity is 80 centimeters waist circumference in women and 90 in men. So if
Okay.
you're above those cutoffs for Indians, then you're overweight.
Right.
So,
right.
so I think, as I said, these drugs are for us as people of medicine, people of science, they are very important advances. They give us tools to do things we could not dream of earlier.
Right.
Because the newer ones, after Mounjaro, there are newer ones that are going to come which are going to cause up to 20 kilogram weight loss or even more. So it's opened up a whole new avenue of research. But to use them purely for cosmetic purposes is really not recommended and
It's
can really be
dangerous.
dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I hope you've heard the doctor, you've heard him well, and I hope we've managed to sort of bring in a perspective which is so important on this program. Thanks so much, Doc, for joining us and for giving us your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that was good information to know. That was good way to start your day, but also